What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader. So in this video we're kicking off, continuing with an old series on the channel. Basically in this series I revive old school games and then I use tons of mods, be it graphics mods and really cool mods on top of them to make the games look so much better. So right now we're actually playing the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which is I believe the 4th game in the Elder Scrolls series, and this is a pretty old game guys. It actually holds up in terms of gameplay. It's actually still a pretty fun game to this day, and the mods for the game are super awesome, so it makes it fun. You'll see that I have already changed the characters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some footage towards the end of the video. I might have even ended up putting some footage at the beginning, which you might have seen depending on what I do in the edit, but I'm going to put some clips at the end of the video for comparison. This is basically vanilla Oblivion. The only difference is I've actually installed quite a lot of different textures and custom texture packs to make everything look just that a little bit better. So everything does look better than the normal vanilla Oblivion, so it's not 100% vanilla, but I will put some vanilla clips in the beginning of the video and at the end of the video for comparison. So if you don't want to hear me commentating and you don't want to hear any commentary in this video, you can actually skip straight to the end where I'll just have the pure shots of only the game and then comparing them together. So right now, just so you know what I'm actually running, is I'm running some texture replacements. I'm running the QTP3 texture replacement pack and quite a few other graphics overhauls. I will try and link the mod list I use in the description. I have used the most popular mod list, but basically I've done a few replacements. But right now the game's looking pretty flat. You can see that the edges of all the armors kind of look a little bit pixelated and they're not rounded off very well. The lighting doesn't look great and there's not really any shadows or any finer details. It just looks like everything's a bit flat and dull. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to enable an ENB, and you guys are going to see how everything looks firsthand right now. You might have already seen a few comparison shots which I've placed at the start of the video, and there will be more at the end, but I'm just going to show you how everything looks. So this is just with only graphics replacements, and we can jump into first person mode. You'll see though that what I have done is I've also replaced some of the character haircuts, and I've also installed the character overhaul, because you'll know in the normal vanilla version of Elder Scrolls Oblivion most of the characters literally have potato heads, so they don't look so good. The faces on a few characters I actually need to fix. This character looks a lot better than what she does in the normal vanilla game. In the normal vanilla game she would just have a complete potato face. This is just graphics mods, but you'll see a whole host of difference from installing the graphics mods to the vanilla game in the comparisons. But look how much of a difference there is when we actually enable an ENB over as well, because we actually have an ENB and we have a whole host of different shaders to enable as well. So if I press shift and enter, you'll see that everything looks super strange right now. Everything's gone really weird. But this disappears, this fixes itself once we go off this little console. You'll see that what we can do is we can enable a lot of different options. Now if we press the asterisk key on the keyboard, it actually shows us the FPS in the top left. So we're not actually getting that high FPS because I've clogged so many graphics mods on. Also, something that's affecting the FPS as well is all of the lights, like these flames, they all give off dynamic light, which makes the game actually lag as well. So there's a lot of different graphics mods. All the flames give off dynamic light, there's a lot of sounds, all of these lanterns are using specific effects, they're not just sprites, so there's a lot of things impacting the FPS. But what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to enable the ENB. So this is kind of what it looks like without the ENB, although it's a little bit better if we go off the console. You can see, just look how it looks. Okay, so now we've got mouse control. I'm going to click use effect. There's a few things we can turn off. We can even enable bloom. So I'm going to click use effect, and this is my config. Now look how much better that actually makes the game look. It's crazy how much better the game looks right now. Now on the video I'm probably going to have to turn the brightness up a little bit because it is kind of dark and flat, this shader. But when you're actually playing first hand it looks really nice, and look how much more detailed everything is. Everything just looks more detailed. There's shadows which are drawing on everything, there's depth of field. We can go ahead and enable bloom. I'll go ahead and I'll just enable bloom. Now personally I don't really like it totally. I think it kind of does bleach everything a little bit, but it does actually look kind of nice because it definitely fixes the shadow problem that we had. We do have god rays from the suns and those sun rays, or lens flares if you like, on the camera, which aren't perfect, and that's mainly activated by the bloom. They're not 100% perfect, but the game looks completely a lot better. Like if we go in third person mode, look how much better our character looks in armor with all the lighting and everything. Just everything just looks so much better than it did before. Just look at how modernistic this looks. This actually looks like an entirely modern game now. It's not 100% perfect. Like I said, there's still some issues. With the last shader I used, I did have some graphic problems. So I will link the mods below. I'm using a modified ENBSeries, which is an ENB shader, and this is ENBSeries along with a cinematic shader, which I've kind of modified a little bit myself. So like I said, the bloom still looks nice, but it's still a little bit glitchy. If we walk back here and just look at the buildings, you'll see that if we turn, it's really flat here on the yellow side and the left, but then when we turn to the left, there's really nice shadows drawn to it, so it's not 100% bug free. As you can see, I'm just going to disable the bloom, and you'll see, personally I like it without the bloom. I feel like the game has more of a darker edge to it and a darker style. I feel like for a fantasy game like Oblivion, where it's all based on demons and going to the Oblivion realm and things like that, I really think having this dark feel to it is really nice. Now, one thing that's really awesome is just how the castles look. It looks like a dark vampiric castle, or gothic buildings, or medieval style. It just has like a dark fancy feel to it. Now, we do have a lot of graphics mods as well. You'll see that these replacements for all the foliage which blows in the wind, all these plants, and you'll see the trees look a little bit better in the distance, which you can't 100% tell. We are in Qarl right now. This is Castle Qarl. I'm going to show you a few different areas in Oblivion though, because it's kind of hard to tell from just one location. This actually looks so cool. It looks like a real Harrowing sky up above, and when we enable the effect on top of it, it has a really dark look, and that guy really made me jump there. But yeah, it has a really dark, sinister look to it. So if you're playing something like a vampire, or if you're being a necromancer or magic user, playing with this and then having the dark Oblivion sky with the thunderstorms overhead just looks absolutely awesome. And the depth of field and everything looks really nice. The only thing I have to actually complain about this is the fact that it has these two big black bars on the top and bottom. I've made every effort to remove these because it's supposed to be a cinematic effect, and it's kind of been to no avail. I've not actually managed to remove them right now, which is kind of a shame, because I feel like it'd make it look a lot better. This is how everything looks whilst we're in layer win. Now, it's really dependent. The thing is obviously the look of it's dependent on the time of day and the weather. Now, I'm obviously just going to enable it with bloom just so you guys can actually see everything, because it is obviously a dark style. I know that a lot of people won't really be in favor of my dark style. I know that a lot of people will actually prefer this look with the bloom, which is fine because I think the bloom effect looks really nice. So I'm going to leave the bloom on from now on. If we change the time of day to morning or later in the evening, everything will change, but this is kind of what it looks like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you different times of day and different areas in Oblivion, and show you different comparisons at the end of the video, just so you guys can see what everything looks like. So thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button if you want to see more awesome videos where I convert old games into modern style looking games with tons of graphics mods and shaders. If that's something you want to see more of, smash the like button. Also, if you have a specific game you want me to mod to make it look better, let me know in the comment section below what that game is that you want, and I will try and get it done, because I have a lot of games on the list for this series which I really want to improve. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss daily gaming videos. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.